Back, it's time to talk sports. Playoff action on the high school gridiron is just over an hour away. 10 local teams remain, all vying for a spot in the semifinals or the Valley Championship. We find Anthony Vasquez and Trevor Horn at one of those games as a #1 seed looks to protect their home field. Guys?
Hey, Rob, that #1 seed, the Shafter Generals, topping the bracket in Division 4. What's going on, everybody? Anthony Vasquez, Trevor Horn, bundled up on this Friday night. Low 50s here in Shafter. Let's start talking about the Generals, playing the 8th seed in North, a tough game that Adam Levinson's squad is bringing up from North High. Let's start with the Generals first. Ezekiel Osborne out for 6 games with a broken collarbone. Shafter went 5-1 in that stretch.
Yeah, because it was Marion Sloan was able to go in there, play the Wildcat formation, rush for 1,200 yards, 21 rushing touchdowns, which is good for 3rd in the section. And he's a wide receiver, and now he's back in his natural position after Ezekiel Osborne came back to the Shafter in the second to last regular season game, and then they went off and beat Wasco. Didn't really need to do a lot against Wasco, and then they had the bye week last week in the opening round of the playoffs, and now here they are hosting North.
Here's the bracket for you. North and Shafter in the top half of the Division 4 bracket. Bottom half, South and Roosevelt. We'll talk about them later at 6. But starting out with the Generals seeking its 3rd straight semifinal appearance, what's impressed you the most about Coach Perucci's squad?
Just how they were able to weather the storm when their starting quarterback goes down. Not a lot of high school programs would have been able to continue the winning program like they had. They only have the 1 loss to St. Joseph, which is a team that Bakersfield Christian hosts tonight. They're 9-1. They didn't skip a beat. Their offense looked completely different, but it was an offense that continued to roll and score a lot of points, and now they got their quarterback. They put their future Division I wide receiver back in his natural position. They're going to have a lot of fun, and they're playing really well, and that's going to be the key for them.
You were talking to me earlier. Marion Sloan, top 3 in the Central section in rushing touchdowns?
Yeah, he's tied with Nathan Gonzalez, the running back from Miramonte, for 3rd. 21 rushing yards.
Absurd.
When it is really absurd when you think he only did that in about 7 games this year.
All right, what does North have to do to make this one close?
Not turn the ball over and do what they do best, and that's run the ball. Quarterback Bradley Dockery was a linebacker and backup running back last year, has 14 rushing touchdowns, and you've got running backs like Elijah Valdivinos, Justin Lewis, and then Caden Dockery out there. His brother at wide receiver. When they do have to throw the ball, they have to control the line of scrimmage. They have to sustain long drives and not turn the ball over and keep Ezekiel Osborne and that offense off the field as much as possible.
We caught up with both coaches moments ago. Here's what they had to say about this barn burner of a game coming up tonight.
This is my first time ever playing football in Shafter, and so I'm really excited to see what the atmosphere is all about. We've seen them on film, and we've seen their stands, and the crowd at the Wasco Shafter game was immaculate. So I'm excited to see what the atmosphere is tonight.
It was big because we were beat up. I mean, when you go Kennedy, Wasco, your last 2 out of the last 3 games, you're playing against very physical teams. So the ability for us to kind of get a week off and kind of get back to practicing ourselves a little bit, and then also allow our kids to have a little bit of time off to heal up, I think it's so beneficial.
All right, let's move up now a few divisions actually.
Yeah.
Division 1A, BHS playing its semifinal game against Arroyo Grande. The Drillers have a tough matchup against those Eagles.
They really do. It's a very tough running team. They're doing it once again. They've got a young man named Zach Taman who's rushed for 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns, is also one of their top tacklers. It's a very, very tough team, and they're very opportunistic on defense as well. The Eagles have 15 interceptions, so it really comes down to the Drillers' offense being balanced again, using Bryson Abbott, Brenton Brown in the run game, and making sure Elijah Cavazos does what he does really well, and that's control the ball, not turn it over, because if you turn the ball over against a Arroyo Grande team, that's a team that's just going to run down the field on you.
BHS, the quarterfinal win in Division 1A against San Joaquin Memorial last week. Here's what Coach Sheehy had to say after the game.
I'm just so excited for our seniors more than anything else. Having won a playoff game, this is our first playoff win. I'm excited for those guys. One down. Our fans have been supporting us all year long. We hear them loud and proud, so we're just trying to do it for them as well.
All right, 1 down, 2 to go for BHS. 1 down, 1 more live shot to go with us. We'll see you at 6 o'clock, but until then, your 17 Business Watch is coming up next.